Yep.
Jason, thanks again for joining us on the Yerba Power podcast. It's a pleasure to have you. I know you've been up to a lot. It's really cool to see your growth over the last, I guess, 2 years, from episode 4 till to 94. So thanks for joining us today.
Yeah, thank you. I think it's cool to see your growth too, right? Going over that and then seeing all the different guests you had on and then knowing who they are now and everything too. It's really cool to see what you're doing with the community too.
Thanks. I really appreciate it, and I guess I just want to apologize to the listeners personally. Is like you guys don't know maybe the whole backstory, but a lot of different family life, career, and different things kind of. So I've still have the passion for the podcast, still doing it, and this is what I love and enjoy to do. But it just wasn't the top priority at the time over the last couple months. So I've been getting back into the routine to start releasing every 2 weeks now, so you guys can count on more episodes. And so I know it was a little sketchy there, but I'm glad you guys are still listening. And also now that we're trying out these videos, which now that I got a decent mic, now I got to get a good setup like you've got going on there. You got the whole display out there with your new yerba. You even got
Mhm.
your new insulated mate behind you there. I saw it. Yeah, I saw it before.
Yep,
So
yep,
that's
yep.
pretty cool.
Slow and steady, and ChatGPT and YouTube
Yeah.
to get inspired, and then all of a sudden you put it together. And then one thing that I found on my Android phone, at least, they had it's a portrait video setting. So it's like portrait mode for photos, but for video. And it was awesome, like a game changer going from regular video to this portrait video thing where I was
Oh
like,
yeah.
ah, that looks great. Like game changer as far as video quality goes. So
Where it
it's a
like
little,
blurs out the
yeah,
background kind of.
yeah, just
Yeah.
a little bit where it just
Yeah.
gives like this
Soft
nice,
focus kind of thing.
yeah, it's very nice.
Yeah, the not to start an Android iPhone feud here, but yeah, iPhone's been had that, but not the video, unfortunately. Well, at least I don't know. Maybe I need to update my software, but yeah, the portrait mode for sure makes the pictures look professional when you're really just a normal guy that's just click,
Yep, yep,
like
yep,
some old man just like standing back at it and I
yep.
think that's a
Oh, this
good
is how
mate
these
picture. Like,
people do this.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. So thank
Well,
you. I appreciate it.
give us a quick overview because, well, here let me tell you this because I haven't told you this personally, and the listeners I think should know too. So you got those little like 2 ounce bags
Mhm.
of the yerba of the same one that you got there in the background of the half kilo. Yeah, the little
Yeah,
pocket
yep,
packs,
yeah,
I guess you want to call them, or
yep. I call them
um,
go bags.
to go bags. Okay, I
Go
was gonna
bags.
say I've coined a new phrase here, but the little to go bags. So you sent me a couple of those, and they've been great. And here's why: because it allows me to introduce people to mate, like, and not just have to like, well, I got some at the house. Like, I literally got some like in the car right now, or I've got some in my bag.
Mhm.
Um, like let's do this right now. Like, I've
Mhm.
literally done that at work for two different coworkers
Mhm.
and gifted them the yerba because not to say I'm not okay with gifting them yerba in the sense of like, I guess what I'm trying to say is like giving them a whole like half kilo or a kilo of yerba is like, well, I kind of need that, versus like,
Mhm.
hey, yeah, here's a little something like to get you
Mhm.
started, and you know, I guess it's an easy way to kind of just a small like a gift card or something,
Mhm. Yep, yep.
versus going buying them groceries or something. So it's really nice to be able to take with you and just literally have on the spot. Um, like I said, literally keep it in your car if I
Yep,
forgot the yerba, whatever, or in my bag. Like I've
yep.
gone to work so many times and just like, crap, forgot, um, to have it on the spot and literally just like gift it to people. So I've gifted away one to my brother and to two other coworkers.
Mhm.
So I just want to let you know I'm,
Nice.
spreading your yerba around,
Thank you.
and even gifted them one of the ceramic gourds that I got from you.
Oh, nice. Cool.
So I went ahead because he didn't have a kit. He was really
Mhm.
interested. He's like this. Like I could tell he was genuine, other than just like, oh, thanks, whatever. It's like, you know
Mhm.
what? Here, you can have this. I've
Yeah.
I've got plenty of these things. Got gourds, for days. So
Yep.
so anyways,
Yeah. I appreciate it. And also like yeah, I find that it's less of a commitment for the person giving it and then also like less of a commitment for the person taking it. Like where it's like they feel bad or something, getting a full 1 pound bag when they're not sure if they'll use it or not. Like just a smaller go bag is like a nice where they go, yep, cool. And then, less of a commitment. And
That that's a good point. Actually, you're right because it's like you feel also get to like, wow, really? Are you sure? It's like, yeah, no
yeah,
problem. Like
yeah, yeah,
versus a little bag versus like, here's
yeah,
this
yeah.
whole, everything, right?
Yeah.
Um,
They're also resealable. So if you go through the yerba that's in that bag and you drink any other yerba mate or anything, just use it for your to go. Like if you're going to mateada or something, fill it up with whatever yerba you want, seal it up, throw it in a bag, and go. It's
nice. I
any
didn't think about
yerba.
that. So yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
it's like a I guess an economical yabera, like
yeah,
those,
yep.
traveling
Hmm.
kind of leather cases sometimes people have, or sometimes they're um, kind of look like a sugar container or whatever,
Hmm.
usually.
Yep,
I wish I
yep,
had an example on video right now.
yeah.
I have one downstairs that's kind of like it's a wooden where it's got literally the sugar, the yerba, and the gourd itself like all in one thing
Oh,
on a like a
cool.
that
Nice.
stack like one of
Hmm.
those little dolls, and it has a little
Hmm.
cord to hold it all together or whatever that my wife had for years. So
Yeah.
anyways, that's a great idea for a yerba to go when you're just going to the park or whatever. Just
Mhm.
fill it up with whatever.
Yep.
So cool. So congratulations once again on the yerba, especially from Argentina. I know that's a big deal with the whole import and all that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
So I'm sure you went through a lot of work for that, and so just congratulations there.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it was a lot of work and like I don't know, a lot of these things it's like they'll eventually come to you if you exist long enough too in the world. They see like and then meet up and then it kind of just goes from there. And the people that I'm working with are awesome. They're right in that like Northern Corrientes, like right at the border of Misiones
Hmm.
and like right near Playadito and those kind of places in like that central part of it. So that's why it has the like the softer, more subtle flavor to it, which is my preference too.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been great working with them and like we're kind of agreeing to grow together with the business and what we're trying to do. And yeah, it's great.
Yeah, that's fantastic. It's great how, community, especially with yerba mate, supportive of each other. It's one thing we talked about a couple other people, and I think those that are listening, for one, you're part of this, whether you're beginner or expert, but knowing that like it's not just a few, you know, weird guys like us, like in
Mhm.
general, people that drink yerba mate tend to be just cooler people and more welcome and supportive, I guess. I don't know if that's um the world over, but I think so. I
Yeah.
will say though, seriously, I've met so many people that are not Argentine, not Latino or anything, that just found yerba mate on the internet or through my podcast or through YouTube or
Mhm.
whatever, like in South Africa, in Hungary, you name it, like just place I would not think of, Korea, Japan. And yeah, it's like you instantly have, at least maybe not a best friend, but you do have a acquaintance, a
Mhm.
friend, and you got something to talk about and share about, and
Yeah.
it's really cool.
It's the magic of yerba mate. It's you get that feeling when you drink it, and then you start to think, ah, why don't more people know about this? And then it's like, and then you start Googling things, you're finding out things, you're seeing that community, then you're like excited to meet other people that understand like a lot of the power behind it and the benefits of it. And so it's like that connection is right there and immediate. And then it's cool to be part of it. When you're seeing more people find out about it, try it, like it, asking questions, it's very exciting.
That's a really good wordage you used there too about, how can more people know about this, like an experience. I think that's the thing. It's the
Mhm.
experience of it. And just I think a lot of people focus on the health benefits, and that's good. That's great. There are a lot of great health benefits. And the clarity and the kind of euphoric feeling and all those um like I guess mental emotional feelings, and then two of like the shared bond
Mhm.
of the brothers of the gourd, right?
Mhm.
And that you're like it's something we share together,
Mhm.
even if we're separate or distant. From example, I'm in Nashville, you're in Philadelphia. So
Mhm.
we're not together, but we're together in the sense.
Yep.
And that is really cool to be like transcend time and space, like
Yeah.
so
Yep. I
we
definitely agree with that.
it's how do you and that's the thing, that's the disconnect is like how do you explain that to someone that's not experienced it, right? And because it doesn't you can't you can only make so many videos and podcasts and stuff about it to
Mhm.
talk about it and what but you got it's like you just got to try it.
Right. Yeah.
So
And that's where I
drink
think,
more yerba. No.
yeah. And it's like the power of the mateadas, the meetup, stuff like that, where it's encouraging people to meet up. And it's almost like it would be cool to, it's like I was thinking about this the other day, like establishing like a little Big Brother network or something of mate drinkers, where it's like connecting like an experienced mate drinker with someone that's new, and like that kind of thing, where it's having someone that can help you through it a little bit as you're starting out, and it's you have the meetups that help with that, and then you have kind of luck of the draw of finding someone that drinks mate around you, but then also it's like I don't know, how can you more actively connect experienced mate drinkers with new people also.
That's interesting. Maybe we'll set up a Big Brothers Big Sisters Mateada system
Uh,
here in the US.
uh,
We'll put some feelers out there for some ambassadors. We'll
yeah.
maybe start a little chapters all over the US.
Yeah.
We've already got, San Diego, we've got Nashville now, we got Philadelphia, got Washington State up there,
Mhm.
Wyoming,
Mhm.
Montana, trying to all these little pockets that I found, of course, Florida, all over.
Mhm.
So it's like
Mhm.
we can just connect the little dots there, start a little network. That's cool though.
Yeah.
Um, so speaking of the macchiatos, which you do a great job of having a consistent schedule of doing the macchiatos, which I know we've talked about this since the very first time we had this podcast of, get out and do some macchiatos that I haven't done. So Nashville people, I know we've talked about it. Just got to make it happen. I personally just, you know, I guess I'm making excuses for the schedule and who's going to come with this. It's just do it, right? That's the same thing with the podcast, same thing with starting any of this stuff. It just start somewhere and then go from there. So
Yep.
we'll make it happen soon.
I'll supply you with the yerba mate for your mateada. I was thinking about
Nice.
that. I'm like, I think it would be awesome to just supply people with little starter kit, mateada starter kits kind of thing. Couple bags of yerba, get people going that way where it's all you have to do is worry about
Just show
being
up.
there. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yep,
Nice. All right, you heard it. All right, so we're gonna make this happen. We'll put a
yep,
date on this. We'll put a deadline.
yep.
Um,
Anyone
I,
that wants to have an event,
yeah,
contact. I'll hook you up.
yeah. So I'll put a deadline for myself of definitely before the end of the year for sure, 100%. Now, that's what I'll commit to for now. I was gonna put like before my birthday, but I was like, oh man, now I'm feeling too much pressure. Like, so I don't know.
Even
We'll
if
make
it's
it
one
happen though.
person, you showing up, that's a
Yeah,
success. Yep.
yeah. So, all right, so we'll put that on the books then. So, guys, stay tuned on Instagram at Yerba Power and also at Yerba Crew. We'll get this thing happen. I want to do a little shift here though. Speaking of Mateadas and meeting in person. I want to hear a little bit about the story of meeting Marcos Acuña, which,
Mhm.
if you guys don't know who that is, that's an Argentine soccer player. I think a midfielder, I want to
Mhm.
say. Yeah. He currently plays for River Plate in Argentina, but he plays for the national selection, so the Argentine team, and they were in the Copa America in the U.S. And played in Philly, and that's how you met him. And I guess I want to hear what the experience was like and how that all happened, because that's pretty cool. Because like I don't know, does he speak English? Like I don't know, do you speak Spanish? I don't know if I've ever asked you that. I don't know.
We speak yerba mate.
Yeah, speak.
That's our common language.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was funny because it was say like June or so of last year, and I just get like a DM on Instagram saying like, "Do you have Baldo or something?"
Uh-huh.
Asking for Baldo yerba mate, and then I saw the account. I saw it was like a soccer player. Saw Marcos Acuña, but still, I get so many different spam messages from people and stuff like that where I was like, I don't know. And then I clicked it, and then I saw the amount of followers, like 2.6 million followers or something. I'm like, oh, this is him. And
Yeah.
then I was like, oh, but he's probably in Argentina. And then was like, no, wait, Copa America. Um, and I Googled where it was at. They were actually playing in North Jersey at
Uh,
the MetLife Stadium for
uh,
semifinals or something. So he sends me that message, and then I wrote back like, "Yes, I do. Tell me where you're at. I can bring it to you." And then he like, and I asked him how much, how many bags and all that kind of stuff. And then he he said he was in North Jersey, which is like 2.5 hour drive from me. But still, I was like, I can get it to you like today, like ready to
yeah,
drive. And then he ended up connecting me with his manager, who doesn't speak any kind of more English than he does, but he was able to coordinate a little bit more with me. And literally, like, I was going up. It was a couple days before the semifinals, or no,
mm,
before, I guess quarterfinals or something.
yeah,
And so I drove up 2.5 hours and then met with his manager because Marcos was at practice, and
sure,
I gave
sure,
the manager some of the like a couple bags of the Baldo, and then I said to the man, and then what was it? I forget how we connected there, but I said to the manager like, "Oh, if you want more, just let me know." And he said, "Oh, thank you so much. Like, let me know if I can do anything for you." I go, "How about a picture with Marcos Acuña or
yeah,
something?"
yeah,
And then he was like, "Yeah, if you come back like tomorrow or something, then I'll connect with Marcos. He'll be around." So then it was like I didn't hear anything the next day, and then the day of like the semifinals, like where Argentina is playing,
yeah,
that night I'm getting DMs from Marcos Acuña asking more about yerba mate and like how I can get it to him and things like that. And then so I drove up that day to like their hotel, and it's like behind all the security. They need to put my name in there so that I can actually get in through like the front security. You go to the hotel, there's more security. And then I then like they kind of escort you down the steps to like the players hallway. And in my mind I'm like, oh my God, this is like the whole Argentinian team is within like 500 feet of where
yeah,
I'm at right now. So it was very cool. And obviously you go, where's Messi? Where's he at? Is he going to walk
yeah,
by me or anything? But they kind of have him hidden behind like a big black curtain. So like you really, they keep access away, there. So then we waited a little while. I was waiting with his manager. And when Marcos was ready, met up with him in the hallway, and I think his manager saw that I had one of my Yerba Crew jerseys. So I think he told Marcos like, "Hey, make sure you bring something out to give to this guy. He's going to give you a jersey too." So when Marcos came out, I gave him the Yerba, and then I like handed him the jersey, and then he handed me a pair of his like shorts, like
mhm,
still wrinkled. I'm like, I wonder if like he grabbed these off of the ground or something and like just brought it out. And he was like very nice. Even though he doesn't speak much English, I don't speak really any Spanish. It was like we connected over the yerba. We handed the stuff to each other, and I was like, "Oh, this would be cool to like take a photo, like a little exchange, like how they do the jersey exchanges."
yeah,
But him handing me his shorts, me handing him the jersey. Um, so we did that exchange, and then yeah, and then it was like very nice. He took time to take some photos with me. He signed a gourd and maybe another. Yeah, I think he just signed a gourd, gave that to me. So very respectful, very courteous. When I put my arm around his back, I remember feeling like all the muscle. I'm like, oh
yeah,
my God, this dude is like just a beast. So you can tell these are like elite athletes.
mm,
So yeah, then it was that night. Then they played semifinals, and then they went on to win the championship. So it was cool to I don't like that thought of yeah, no matter where these people are in their lives, and maybe it's not as big of a deal for them, like as I think of, like for like a
sure,
semifinal thing, where the day of the game, they're DMing about yerba mate or
yeah,
something. But it was like an awesome experience, and it was cool, like just to think like how he found me and reached out, and then like within a couple hours, we're connecting like that. So I made sure I keep trying to DM them to say, hey, when the World Cup comes, if you guys need a yerba mate supplier, I'm here for you.
yeah,
So
right,
still waiting for a response for that one.
yeah. Well,
But yeah, it
it's
was cool. Like everyone
coming up soon.
super respectful and like really nice, and like that's what I find for a lot of the athletes that you meet. It's just like fairly humble. It's really cool.
Yeah, that's a really cool story, and yeah, the you really think about it, the fact that yeah, he went and just messaged you about, yerba mate, and I mean, because you would think like him personally wouldn't do that. He'd probably reach out to his manager, "Hey, go find me some mate or something," right?
Hmm. Hmm.
Um, and the fact that, yeah, signed everything and took the time to take pictures, especially the
Hmm.
semifinal match,
Yeah.
right? And
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
that's cool. Did you feel like some kind of like a, little schoolgirl kind of thing, feeling like all the butterflies, or were you like nervous or?
Yeah, yeah, I was definitely nervous. But honestly, it was like this more of like a excited adrenaline. Like I remember feeling like Napoleon Dynamite or something in the car. Like as I'm driving, I'm like, yes, like
Yeah.
driving, like trying to hold it back, and then like even leaving it, like feeling that like adrenaline rush where it's just very cool. It is that like meeting a celebrity feeling. And yeah, I was definitely nervous meeting him. But yeah, like I was saying, like because they're so like humble and everything, it felt nice and comforting. So
That's cool.
yeah, it was cool. Very nice.
And then also you got to meet a lot of the Philadelphia Union players as well, right?
Hmm. Yeah, yeah. So I've been kind of like informally supplying them with yerba mate ever since they had my yerba mate and supplies on their podcast that they had. It was last May or so of last year, and so a bunch of the people in the office after that podcast really latched on to yerba mate because prior to the podcast, I went into their office and gave like a little demo to the staff that was running the podcast and some other people. As they're walking by the room, they're coming in, and I'm thinking I'm just giving a little demo to like two people, and it ends up being like 10 people standing around me watching me prepare mate because they're kind of studying and understanding so that when they would go into the podcast that they were having with Julian Carranza, who he was an Argentine player, used to be on the Philadelphia Union, and then he got traded or moved to I forget somewhere in Europe, maybe Denmark or Netherlands or so. Um, yeah, one of those. So they were preparing for him, and then they had podcasts, had all my stuff there, gave me plenty of shout outs, stuff like that. So that was cool. So, and then after that, I just kept supplying them with yerba mate, and then more of their players were drinking yerba mate. And then whenever that was, a month or two ago, during my last drop off, one of the guys on the team, his name's Bruno Damiani. He's from Uruguay, and I was like, "Oh, it'd be cool, if I can get a picture or something with you, meet you," because a lot of times I just drop it off with the main people at the office. They give it to the players. So he agreed, and so, but he's like, "I'll be at practice, things like that." So I was like, "It's fine. If I catch you, I'll catch you." So I went there, and like I was just waiting outside the little training facility for him to come out because I sent him a DM saying I'm there, and he hadn't come out yet. And then I see the coach pull up in a golf cart, and uh, Coach Carnell, and he starts to walk past me into the training facility, and he saw I had my Yerba Crew T-shirt on, and the coach was like, "You're the yerba mate guy?" I go, yeah, yeah, that's me. I'm like, yeah, I'm just waiting for Bruno to come out. And the coach was like, "No, just come in. I'll get him for you." And then so I got to come into the training facility. He got Bruno. He got one of the other Argentinian players, Jan Glavinovic, and then uh, also another player from Serbia, Jovan Lukic.
Mm.
And so all of them drink yerba mate. So they all came out, said hello to me, and I gave them the mate. And then we agreed to get Coach Carnell to try it out in the future too, because he was really interested in it also. So like again, those guys were great, and it's like um, something about especially with Philadelphia Union, MLS. I'm not sure like where it differentiates when you go into like NFL or something, but like kind of the accessibility of some of these players too, where it's like can meet them face to face, like and like just random occurrences or things like that, and like say hello, have a conversation. It's very nice, like a human connection there. So, and they love mate. So, and they're happy to
Yeah.
have someone local supplying them with their mate supplies.
No, that's cool. That's really unique too that you're in a position there too. So
Mhm.
I guess congrats on the business and supplying the teams with wins too, because I believe Philadelphia is up at the top right now, aren't you? Aren't you
Yeah,
guys number one
yeah,
in the East
yeah. I think so.
at the time of this recording?
Yes. At the time of this
We
recording,
play you guys, I think, coming up again for like the third time because
we don't want to
uh,
play you guys.
I don't know. So luckily we won the last two, but now it's the U.S. Open Cup semifinal, I believe. I think you guys are
Hmm.
coming here though, so we'll
Hmm.
see.
Yeah,
Right now at this recording, this is what August 20th, so we'll see in maybe in a month how that turns
yes,
out or
yeah,
whatever. But
yes. Good luck.
yeah, no, odds be ever in your favor. But
Yes,
um,
yes.
may the best team win. We'll see. No.
And have you met any players for the Nashville team?
So I've met them, not at the extent that you have.
Hmm.
But yes, we have an Uruguayan player as well that I've met, sort of, um, but not like, you know, just kind of like,
Yeah, yeah,
hola, ciao,
yeah,
nice
yeah,
mate. Like
yeah,
that's about it. That's literally it. Like when he
yeah,
passed by me, like,
yeah.
because they were going to their way or whatever. And I got to meet some of the players at one of the official events,
Hmm.
but more of just kind of like a picture and a autograph that was unofficial, like
Uh-huh.
not in the yerba sense, but just as a fan. But that was definitely very cool, and it was
Hmm.
yeah, they're just normal people too, and you realize
Hmm.
they've got kids and other things going on or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
Yeah,
I feel like that's a little
Gaston
tip.
Brugman is the
Okay,
Uruguayan that's here. Yeah.
nice, nice. Yeah, I was gonna say like tip for if you want to meet any of the players that drink yerba mate, just as you're passing them or as they're passing you on the field, just yell yerba mate, and they'll
Yeah.
probably turn. It's
Yeah.
like because it is that small niche kind of thing where they
Well,
go, wait a second.
I was going to think about pulling a play, from your playbook here, and it's like I'm just going to keep like one of those little to-go bags on
Hmm.
me, like
Hmm.
24/7, and
Yep.
then next time I see him, I'll just like, hey, can you sign my
What?
bag or just throw it at him or something? I don't know, like,
Yeah, yeah,
like
yeah,
from the
yeah,
pitch or whatever. Because
yeah,
after the games, usually they sign a lot of players, and I've seen him down there hanging out, and I've just I guess not had the courage to just maybe I'll just bring a kit next time and just be like, here, whatever. I don't
yeah,
know, like,
yeah,
you know.
yeah.
Um, but yeah. So any other events or things you guys got going on at Yerba Crew coming up soon?
Yeah, we have September 20th, I believe, is the next mateada. So that'll be here, Washington Square Park, Philadelphia. And it's been cool throughout this year with the mateadas, good amount of people coming through and like uh the vibes are great. Like it's exactly what I want for mateadas where it's small amount of people,
Hmm.
no expectations. Put a picnic blanket down, people show up. It's like the last mateada or the one before the last we had a couple from Brazil that lives in the US now. Uh, we had one of the guys actually that's a coach for one of the other teams on the Union. He's from Paraguay. He came,
Nice.
and I don't think we had any Uruguayans at that one. We had some Argentinians, and then we had yeah, some other people that were like just learning about mate. And one person during the last event said that ChatGPT told them to come.
Yeah.
They said they said literally they were typing in ChatGPT. They're Argentinian and I think maybe new to the city, and they looked up like local Argentinian events in Philadelphia, and it had the Mateada, and so they were like, "Yeah,
Nice.
I'll go to that." So uh, we have
Awesome.
AI recommendations now too.
Nice.
Yeah,
You got
but
AI
yeah,
recommending you too now. That's
yeah,
sweet.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
really
But
cool.
yeah, the Montiata, we're doing like a little pop-up that I'll be part of in October in like the Fishtown area of Philadelphia, which is another like very arts heavy area, which is really cool. All these restaurants and stuff. So some small businesses there are hosting monthly pop-ups where they invite other small businesses to just have their tables out front of their clay studio, and it's a local cafe. called Foreign Cafe. And so I'm gonna have my table out there, have my mate set up. I'll be serving up my like cold brew and then have some of the traditional set up there too. So that'll be my not really my first, but like my first kind of pop-up event where it's complete strangers that may have no idea what your mate is
Yeah.
kind of coming through. So that'll be a new kind of test and whatever to learn, kind of getting someone completely fresh
Yeah.
walking the street,
Straight off the
you
street.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. So yeah, those events. And then we'll be doing some product launches just to refresh my website so I can do
Okay.
more updates on there. Uh, and I'm trying to do more of my virtual production, so more YouTube videos on like how-tos, FAQs. Uh, there's actually something cool that I was going to do a video on, but maybe I'll give you a quick hint here, which it's like it's really cool that like Philadelphia was the first city where like yerba mate was introduced to the US, kind of.
It-
Like it was this basically like it was like some in 1899 there was a like a meeting of I think it was like the Commerce Congress convention and people from like Paraguay and other South American countries came to the US, came to this convention and gave like a speech to all these business people. And this was like a national convention and they were pitching the benefits of yerba mate. And that was right in Philadelphia. And then in like 1900 it was the first company in the US, yerba mate company, called the Yerba Mate Company. And it literally was founded and opened like 2 blocks away from my house, which
Wow.
I was like, it is meant to be. Like I could walk out and like walk right past the place. So it's a really cool little historical fact. And a lot of the information about it is really cool too, to see how they were pitching it and stuff like that with the health benefits. And then, yeah, it was nice to see that it was in Philadelphia. So I plan on digging some more into that to see if I can find out more info about the company, about the event, and things like that. But it was cool to see that it was right here in Philadelphia.
Nice. Now you'll have to start your own Yerba Crew walking tours, Yerba
Yeah.
history tours.
Yeah, yeah. I was thinking about that. I need to just get at least like 8 different stops that I can tie into
Yeah.
Yerba
It's like,
Mate.
here's where the store, here's,
Yeah.
um, I guess you probably don't want to show them your house, but like, like,
Yeah, yeah,
you know,
yeah.
but
There's a
then,
water
oh, and here's Washington
fountain.
Square where we'll have our mateada. So,
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
tour, you
yeah,
know,
yeah. I think it'd
um,
be really cool too. And like, yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens. But it's like you have a lot of people visiting Philadelphia to visit Liberty Bell and things like that, and they're from other countries like Argentina and
yeah,
everything. Sometimes they'll reach out to me for their like SOS. I need yerba mate. I'm
yeah,
visiting the US for a couple days. Do you have some? So it would be a cool little mixed tour of drinking mate while you find out, some of the history of
no,
Philadelphia.
that's a really cool idea.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So
Um,
these ideas. But for now, I'm like, just trying to keep the business growing, come out with some nice products. I'm learning a ton, even from putting out like YouTube videos and stuff on like what people are asking about for yerba
yeah,
mate. So it's giving me a lot of ideas. So plenty of
nice.
inspiration out there.
Yeah, and I like the new insulated ceramic gourd is very nice. Cool upgrade, cool, just cool to have a insulated ceramic gourd, right? That's cool.
Yeah,
The Bombilla, you sent me the Rio
yeah.
Pi-
Corcovado.
Cordovato. Yeah, I was
Yeah,
like, I can't remember what Rio, but yeah,
yeah,
I love the little Pico de Loro
yeah.
um style. I know that's kind of popular, but I actually didn't really have any of these myself. I had
Mhm.
just a lot of the straight Bombillas
Mhm.
forever, and your thermoses and stuff. And now, of course, you're on Yerba, so it's great.
Mhm.
It's cool. It's cool
Yep.
stuff. Um, well, anything else other than checking you out on the store? You got your website, yerbacrew.com.
Yep.
Um,
Yep. I would
uh,
just say any questions, shoot me a DM on Instagram. I'm very active on there. Happy to answer any questions or feedback or anything like that. And Devin, I very much appreciate you